Hola estudiantes, vamos a aprender a navegar. If you remember some weeks back, we exited our classroom, exited the school, and I had you find points uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. What you did is you looked at this map. You found what was near point number one. You then looked at point number one on the map, looked at point number one in the real world, and found it. I want you to do the same thing right now with this map. Notice where our school is. Notice where the playground is. Notice the hockey rink, the warming house. Notice the vegetable garden. Notice the northmost baseball diamond and the southmost baseball diamond. Notice where these things are in relation to norte, sur, este, oeste. Notice how the hockey rink is closer to este than it is to oeste. It's closer to sur than it is to norte. Notice how this baseball diamond is closest to norte. Notice how the playground is closest to este and norte, but not oeste and not sur. Notice those things, and of course, notice how point número tres, punto número tres, is next to a bench, next to a baseball diamond. It is not next to a tree, and it is certainly not next to the school. What does all that mean then? When you go find point number three, punto tres, you're not going to be searching by any trees. You're not going to be searching near the bus stops. You won't be searching near the gym. You'll be searching somewhere that's far away from those places and next to a baseball diamond and next to a bench. Similarly, from punto tres to punto cuatro, yeah, you're going to need to search near some trees, but they're not going to be the trees near the bus stop. They're not going to be the trees past the hockey rink. They're not going to be the trees that lead to the various people's homes. They're going to be some trees that are due west, directly ahead from punto tres to punto cuatro. So you'll use that information that you see on the map right now when we go outside and try to find punto tres, punto cuatro, and then from punto cuatro, how would you find punto cinco? What might you do? Turn and talk to a partner briefly. Cuatro, tres, dos, uno, cero. What you might have shared with the partner is possibly that you'd be going norte, or maybe you didn't share that. Maybe instead you shared some different, that you might follow the tree line, shrub line, until you found punto cinco. You know that you're going to find punto cinco next to some trees. You know that. But again, you're not going to find it next to the trees by the bus stop. You're not going to do that. You're not going to find it near the trees that are on the south side of our park. You're not going to do that. Instead, it's going to be further norte, and it's going to be along the same line of trees you were just at. This dark line here just represents where there's more plants, where the grass is not cut, where there's more trees, where there's more shrubs. Okay, And then, of course, what goes without saying is these labels called private property are people's backyards that are not necessarily fenced in, but that we, of course, should not be going to. Okay. We'll expect students not to be leaving past the path, past the north path, past the northwest path, past the parking lot, of course. And instead you'll be focusing in on finding cinco, seis, siete, ocho, as well as uno y dos. Okay? So students, remember when we leave outside together, you'll be exiting calmly, nicely, walking quietly down the hallway through the doors by the music room, the doors you used to go to recess, and then you'll have your map, you'll have your clipboard, you'll have a pencil, and you'll go ahead and find your way to one of the points. You know you found the right way when you find a nice poster. A poster that has un número, una pregunta, una foto y respuestas. Respuesta A, B, C o D. If you are at la pregunta dos, you're going to go ahead on the small sheet of paper, mark your response on row number dos. You would with a pencil shade in. Here's my pencil. And I would shade in the answer that I think it is. And then I would, of course, have done that based on what the question was. And if I'm actually at question 3, with this question right here, I would see which is the best answer according to the picture, and on my sheet, I would record my answer on this row, row 3, número 3. Same thing for pregunta 8, marco en el lugar número 8. Now, the 4 things you'll need are here. You'll need to write your name, and when you hear the whistle, you'll hear it because it's loud. You'll stop working on whatever question you're at and start walking. You'll start walking towards the doors by the music room, the ones we just went out through. You'll do that right away. And then once you're congregated by that music room door, you want to chill out. You want to be quiet. There's other classes working in the music room and in the band room, and you want to be respectful of them. There most likely won't be anybody outside, but of course we are out here to work. We're not necessarily here to have recess, since you already have had recess. These are the 4 things you'll need. I'll be with you very shortly, and we will start leaving very soon. Thank you for listening.